Welcome to the October 2nd, 2012 regular meeting of the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners. First item on our agenda is invocation. I invite you to stand with me if you like. We have Bobby Marl from Living Hope Baptist Church who's offered to provide the invocation tonight. Mr. Marl.
Our Heavenly Father, as we gather here tonight, we ask for your blessings upon this body of leaders here. God, give them insight, be with them, that they might make the choices that will be the right ones, Lord. Thank you, God, we live in a country where we can gather like this. And we ask, Lord, that you be with each one here tonight. And when we leave, give us safe passage home. For we ask in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Morrow. Commissioner Waltrip will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Schaller, please call the roll.
Commissioner Waltrip.
Here.
Commissioner Denning.
Here.
Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Nash is absent. Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. First item we're going to talk about is awards and recognitions, and just want to remind people that we have some long-term city employees who are leaving our employ, retiring at this time. We want to recognize Sergeant Curtis Clark from our Bowling Green Police Department, who's leaving on a disability retirement. Company Commander Michael Price from Bowling Green Fire Department is also retiring after 20 years. And then, let's see, what's this other one here, if I can read his name right? Ellis is actually here. He joined us tonight. Want to thank them for their years of service. Ellis was actually, and I'm not going to say the oldest firefighter out there, he was the most senior firefighter, 27 years. Thank you so much for providing that to us. And I think you're here to support somebody that we're doing tonight. Also, oh yes, Bowling Green High School golf tournament, or the state tournament, is occurring at Bowling Green Country Club, and Bowling Green High School is in it, both boys and girls.
No, just boys.
Just the boys. I'm sorry, what was the senior on that team? What's his name?
I believe his name's Thomas Hill.
Thomas Hill, yes. Want to wish them well.
No relation to Melinda Hill.
No.
If he's a good golfer,
Yeah.
no relation? Okay.
If he's good golf, he's no relation to her.
Mr. DeFebo, do you have any awards or recognitions?
I do not, Mayor. Thank you.
And any comments?
No comments.
All right, then. The first item is approval of the September 18th, 2012 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning, second by Hill. Is there any comments? Please call the roll.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. This next item is an opportunity for members of the public, if they have an item that's not on tonight's agenda, if they need to bring to our attention, you're welcome or invited up to the microphone now if you have a comment that you wish to bring to the city's attention.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just in case you want to know about that big hole that's at 4th and Chestnut that
Yes,
we
sir.
talked about a little earlier, Mr. Mike Pillow is here.
He didn't make the hole, though, did he?
No, but he was talking about it Saturday morning. We were in a group, and he was talking about that. The people, the citizens that were talking to both of us, was talking about that big hole at 4th and Chestnut. So, being the person I am, I just left it up to Mr. Pillow to explain to him why it was there.
I think you've been invited, Michael. Come on up and tell us about it. If I say please or pretty please, whichever.
We're just joking with you, Michael.
All right, no public comments, so let's begin the agenda with Ordinance 2012-34, second reading.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 4.07 acres from HI Heavy Industrial and HB Highway Business to HI Heavy Industrial located on Scotty's Way, presently owned by Scotty's Development, LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill, second by Waltrip. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Denning.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Second reading of ordinance 2012-35.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning tracts of land containing 6.3153 acres from PUD Planned Unit Development and GB General Business to RM4 Multifamily Residential and RS1B Single Family Residential, located at 306 Middle Bridge Stubb Road, presently owned by GVV Development LLC.
So moved.
Motion by Denning, second by Waltrip. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Second reading of 2012, Ordinance 2012-36.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a tract of land containing 0.141 acre from RM2 multifamily residential to RS1D single family residential, located at 1710 Glendale Drive, presently owned by Paula and Thomas Meek.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Second reading of Ordinance 2012-37.
Ordinance relating to property tax rates. Ordinance setting 2012 property tax rates, franchise tax rates, and improvement assessment rates, and setting forth guidelines for payment, penalty, and interest.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Mr. DeFebos, any comments to add to last week's discussion?
No comments other than to add that the city hasn't raised its taxes in quite a while, and that's something we're very proud of.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Any comments or discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-178.
Municipal order approving the career path advancement of Kevin E. Meredith to the position of Operations Technician 3 in the Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Denning and second by Hill. Mr. DeFebo.
Last month, we promoted Brent Bronner to crew leader, thus creating a vacancy. I would ask Jeff Lashley to come forward to put Mr. Meredith's name into a nomination for advancement.
It's my privilege to be here tonight to make this recommendation. This is for Kevin Meredith, going from his current Operation Maintenance Technician 2 level to OMT 3. Kevin's been employed with the city since 2007. He's promoted to OMT 1 in 2008 and OMT 2 in 2010. Now, needless to say, with these promotions, Kevin has worked hard and very diligent in improving his skills and proving proficiency in those skills. He's operated numerous types of equipment and done various tasks for us and has done very well. Now, Kevin's nickname's Stewie. You may not know that, but just give you a little insight here. And Kevin was written up in the paper a couple of years ago for rescuing a lady's dog that a larger dog had attacked. After that happened, we had to do something, so we came up with a department award called the Stewie. And and this is for service above and beyond the call of duty. And needless to say, Stewie was our first recipient of that reward. So again, it's my pleasure to make this recommendation to you, and I thank you for your consideration. And Stewie is here.
Stand up, Stewie.
Thank you, Jeff. Congratulations, Stewie. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-179.
Municipal order approving the promotions of Mark A. Page to the position of Company Commander EMT and Daniel R. Ashley and Ronald C. Rayner to the position of Fire Apparatus Operator EMT in the Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Denning. Mr. DeFebo.
As the demographic changes in our police and fire department, we have a number of vacancies almost every month. I asked Greg Johnson to come forward to put his nomination for promotion to play. Greg?
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Thanks for your time tonight.
You know what you promised, Chief.
To be brief. Now, and I had intended to do that. I got to thinking about what Mayor Wilkerson said at the front end of this.
Take all the time
And I
you
got
need.
to looking at the gallery back there, and he's right, Ellis is not the oldest, although he's close. We don't have the oldest in here with us tonight, but you might recognize Buckley back there. He's getting pretty close too. It's interesting too, if you just look at the guys that are in here, Like, we got some really young ones, and then we got some that are like about over the hill. So there's 17 of us left, I think, that have 20 years or more in. So you can figure about what we got going there. And then there's around 40 that are 6 or less years out of 120 in suppression, or say in the sworn force. So it's an interesting dynamic going on right now. And I think you can probably attribute it to the retirement system and the, 25 years ago, which is about how long I've got, everything was flipping, and it's flipping again. So I know you two remember that going on, and I guess until there's some changes in the retirement system, it'll continue. So anyway, we did have a retirement of Captain Mike Price and Sergeant Ellis Carver. So that made three promotions for us, one to captain, two to the sergeant's position. For the position that Captain Price vacated, I'm going to recommend the promotion of Sergeant Mark Page. Mark's been with the department for 20 years. He's currently a member of our Rescue 6 crew. He's been very active in our loss control program and our confined space program. He brings a lot of wisdom and experience to the position. I think you're one of the ones with 20, but that's good. We need that. And he comes highly recommended. Mark's promotion, along with that of the retirement of Ellis Carver, is going to create 2 more openings for the sergeant's position. And for those positions, I'm going to recommend Daniel Ashley and Ron Renner. Ashley and Renner have been with the department for 6 and 7 years, respectively. Both of them are very well respected by their coworkers, and they come highly recommended by the supervisors. I know all these guys are capable and committed to their work, and I'm confident that they'll make a solid contribution to our department. And I think the future of the department continues to be in good hands. We can see that in the quality of people we have here. So there they are. If you got any questions for them, I told them to keep their speeches to 5 minutes or less. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations to each of you.
And we're going to vacate the gallery. Don't mind. Appreciate it.
Well, let's vote on them first before you go, okay? I told them they wouldn't get 5 votes tonight because there's only 4 of us up here. So, any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Thank you, gentlemen, and families for
Congratulations,
getting
guys.
Okay, Municipal Order 2012-180.
Municipal order approving and authorizing out-of-town travel expenses for City Manager Kevin D. DeFebo to attend the National Golf Foundation Municipal Golf Institute in Wheeling, West Virginia.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Denning. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-181.
Municipal order approving execution of closing documents related to the frequency reconfiguration agreement with Nextel West Corporation related to the rebanding of the City of Bowling Green's 800 megahertz system frequencies.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo.
In 2004, the FCC entered into agreement with Sprint Nextel to clear up interference issues that they are purported to create with our public radio safety system, and requiring them to reband and enter in agreements with various localities that were being interfered with. Rebanding has been done. New equipment has been ordered, all at the expense of Sprint. They have said that they have done their job and would be like to be relieved of their responsibility on the agreement. Melissa and Doug feel that is in fact the case, and she is here if you have any questions about the consent order and how they committed to doing it.
Any questions or discussion? Thank you, Melissa. You did such a good job. We have no questions. Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-182.
Municipal order accepting and ratifying actions of city officials in executing grant agreement among Bowling Green Warren County Regional Airport Board, the City of Bowling Green, Warren County, and the Federal Aviation Administration related to fuel farm improvements, taxiway rehabilitation, and miscellaneous planning study.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Hill. Mr. Febo.
As Kate mentioned, the Bowling Green Warren County Airport received approximately $300,000 from the FAA for airport improvements. One is for to add a 10,000-gallon jet fuel tank. Second is to fix a sinkhole on Alpha and Delta taxiways, and the third is to conduct a feasibility study for future planning. Pursuant to the FAA's requirement to participate, the city has to put in approximately 2.5% of the commitment, which for us is about $7,619.06. We have this budgeted, and we've been looking forward to this agreement to come through.
Any questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-183.
Municipal order approving City of Bowling Green Economic Development Annexation Incentive Policy.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hill and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo.
For some time, the Commission, along with staff, had been analyzing and looking at the need to develop an annexation policy. Our focus has gone from a generalized annexation policy to one focused primarily for economic development. At our retreat, we presented to you 5 areas which we think will be target areas for economic development growth in the future. We put together a program or a planned program to provide an incentive to those in that area who are interested in coming into the city. We all agreed to consider moving forward if we had a minimum 66%. The language has changed to provide deliberation on each particular area. So that was the one significant change. Other than that, the policy stayed the same as we discussed in retreat.
Let me ask, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Item number 4, and this is kind of in line, I think, with Commissioner Waltrip. We're saying that if 66% of the property owners are interested in annexation, this is our word, the City of Bowling Green word to go ahead with annexation of that property. Now, the difference in making up that 100%, what I was looking at y'all. I mean, y'all confused me there.
Sorry.
Y'all need to stop talking while I'm making my presentation or asking my question. Get me confused. The difference, are we going to go after, I mean, not go after, what happens? You got 66% of the individuals that say they want to be annexed.
Mm-hmm.
The city boundary lines is just going to stop at that 66%, or are we going to say to the others what?
The whole idea of a 66% benchmark was to give staff some direction about incenting people to come in the city. Our thought at the last meeting, if staff could, through its educational process, get 66% of the people to be interested, you would consider to bring it forward to the floor to discuss annexation of that particular area, which could, at minimum, have to have 66% to even be considered here for a vote. So it's.
I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
I was just wanting to make sure that the city limits line is going to stop at the number makeup of the 66%, and the others will continue to be where.
No. We were saying if we reach 66%, we would ask the other people in that particular target area to come into the city as well. It would take at least 66% of affirmative people to even bring it here. Then once it's here, you would decide whether the people who are in that particular focus area or target area should also come in as well. If you remember, in the past, we had one block, or Cedarwood, I think it was, where we had, I think, 19 homes. We had like 17, and the other two said no. We brought them in anyway, even though they didn't want to come in. So we had set, bless you, we had set 66% as a threshold.
So we will bring the difference into the city, even
Yes.
though they have made the decision that they do not want to come into the city.
Well, maybe or maybe not. What the 66% threshold is for city's staff's sake, so that they know whether to bring it to our attention. And then we get to decide whether or not to take it beyond the 66%, 80%, or the entire area.
When, if I may, when Kevin changed the wording to that the Board of Commissioners would support and changed it to consider, then I think that was a good change. And again, I think staff needs a benchmark on when to bring it to us, and that's at 66%. But we still have to vote on it. And as I've said a couple of times, and I think we all agree in principle, you have to be very careful when you talk about non-consensual annexation into the city. But at which time it's brought to us, we still have the opportunity to vote that up or down.
And any part of it,
Any
either
part of it.
66% all the way up to 100%.
Right.
And I also say that the incentive package, or talking about incentives to property owners, I think is very good. You know, if they on their own want to come in, and I think that's very good.
The whole purpose of this is to provide a growth area for the city. We're all dependent heavily on the occupation tax, which is job driven. If we don't have areas to create new jobs, we'll become a mature community, and in a couple decades we'll be dealing with deep budgetary problems. This is probably a generational thing. This may not even happen in the lifetime of us sitting on this and around this dais. It could happen for people some 10 years, 15 years down the future. We're just saying these are areas where we think economic development is going to occur. We want to incentivize them to not wait, but to come now if they would like to.
And I think that you changing the word from supports to consider will give future commissions, obviously, our intent is to consider it, not to pass it specifically.
Yeah,
and it gives us an opportunity to say yes or no. So I thought that was a good word change in the policy. So
Yeah, it's not tying our hands.
It's
It's
not,
just
no.
providing staff guidance about at what threshold do they bring this information to us for annexation.
Because
Yes, sir.
Let me
Go ahead.
ask one other question.
okay.
As all of us are well aware, there was a U.S. Supreme Court case up in Massachusetts where a city condemned property and was going to use that property for commercialization. Now, when we say we are going to create jobs, that kind of bothers me.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about vacant land that may be available and most likely for commercial or industrial use. The Kentucky Constitution doesn't allow us to do what the Supreme Court constitutional ruling said. We cannot take property away from an individual for that economic development purpose, except in the rare instance when it falls under the blighted or situation that it was a Chapter 99, I think, that allows us to do that. So we couldn't go out and well, so Mr. Morrow had a farm out there. We couldn't take his farm away from him and give it to Ford for Ford to come in and build a factory. It would have to be his decision.
And if I could add, we're not interested in condemnation. We're just interested in on the future map of this community, identifying certain growth areas that we would hope would be in the city, and willing to give up some of our tax dollars to incent people to make that decision sooner rather than later.
And that was the point that I was trying to make. I may
Yeah.
not have asked it or stated it very well, but it's been this commission's intent for many years that we were not interested in condemning anyone's property. And we've always taken the approach, as we have with the Cedarwood area, to work with the people and let them do the legwork, and it worked out real well there.
Right. Yeah, we weren't recommending condemnation. We don't find that as an effective tool in our toolbox, but again, just identifying land so that we can tell businesses this is in the city, hopefully, and people can reap a tax benefit from being in the city, and hopefully on that vacant land, vacant is now, will be created jobs in commerce or industry. That's what we hope.
But that's an important question, Joe, because I think some people in the community may be confused about that as well. In fact, we have a couple here tonight that are here to make sure that we're not interested in going after residential neighborhoods.
Right.
We're not doing that for Mitchell Heights or anything like that. It's just areas where commercial activity or industrial activity may occur.
Right. And we had a situation, I don't know, I'm probably the only one that's here, in Mitchell Heights where an individual, let's say, lived 4 doors down from where the city limits boundary lines are, and this person living 4 doors down wanted to be in the city limits of Bowling Green. Well, he had convinced these other people, you know, to come into the city before he could come into the city. And it's just something we need to understand and make sure it is clear that we're not interested in condemning anyone's property.
All right, any other questions? Did Joe have any questions for us that we didn't answer? Okay. Anything else? That's the last item on the agenda. We'll close the meeting and thank you for tuning in.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Mayor,
We need a vote on this?
We need to vote.
Yeah, we need to
if-
vote.
Did we
oh,
not vote?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Denning?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. I'm sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Go ahead and end the meeting, then I'll say it.
Okay. Meeting's over.
If it's Mara's property, we're gonna take it.
Okay.